Hey guys, how's it going? We are here to talk about the newly released Benchmade Weekender, because you know everybody is...
Working for the Weekender?
Yes! Exactly. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I don't know who this weekend guy is, but apparently we all been working for him.
What a dick. Look at
It's
this
like
thing.
a proper.
It wasn't even in the bag. It's so obvious we already unboxed this.
So here's a proper for size comparison. If you haven't bought a proper, you should probably buy one so you know how big it is.
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like them.
And then there's this one.
Little bottle opener. Look at that little guy.
So why what do you think the idea is behind the two blades?
They have different
What do you mean?
purposes.
Well, like, what's the purposes behind the two blades? Like, I've never really understood that on small slip joints, why you've got like a little small
Spay
one.
bait or like a clip point.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
for like carving.
Yeah, it
for
just
like
depends on what
hunting,
you're doing.
carving. It depends on the application that you use.
You never
it for.
owned a Swiss Army knife as a kid?
I did. I just didn't understand the point of different blades.
I had
Ah.
a buck peanut.
Did you ever use
Oh,
a
nice.
Swiss Army knife as a kid?
So my aunt
Yeah.
called me peanut.
Yeah, it was dull as fuck because I used it to do things you shouldn't.
Nice.
All right, keep that away from Dakota.
I really wish this had a toothpick and or tweezers in it.
Just something, yeah.
Just,
Well, we can hollow out the micarta. We got the spare parts upstairs. And do that.
I mean, for the price that it is, I feel like it should have a lot more.
I do like that this is very much on the same level as the hook on the triage,
The
and
feel
not
to
the
it.
tear your fingernail off bullshit that you
Yeah.
get with just about every other knife that has this kind of stuff.
I mean,
this
if you're handling this knife and you're drunk and you're trying to open another beer, that's probably the best way to go about it.
Well, exactly, and I wonder if they just got so tired of replacing grivery scales on
Oh, God.
on Griptilians from people opening beers with them
Uh-huh.
that they're like, just put a bottle opener on one of them.
People
know
do
it's-
complain about that quite a bit.
But if you use the blade, you don't use that. You use.
Well, that's the.
No.
That's what people in the know do.
Yeah, and it's if you've done this before, that's what you do. But I mean, you've seen it. You
I
get a
have,
knife in,
yeah.
and it's like the whole end is chewed off
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
using it like that. Like, why would you
Mhm.
use?
It's
There's
not a
metal
bit.
right here. Why are you using
Yeah,
the plastic? All right, so let's get to this thing,
So it is $225.
and it is S30.
An
Two
S30?
S30s.
What is the bottle opener?
420, I'm sure.
It was stainless, so I think it was 440.
Either way,
Does it
It
say
is-
that?
smooth
I like that
and
click.
clean though. Yeah.
So that is like Super Freak / Mini Adamas price.
Yeah. So.
Just to
Super
put that-
Freak /
Blue
Mini
class?
Adamas price.
Yeah, blue class.
Blue class. I'm sorry. Surprised it's not Hunt series.
Which
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make some
I
sense.
mean,
That
it's very
would-
much seems like a what I consider like a kind of a camp knife.
I
It is
mean-
missing a lanyard hole.
This is a lot like the proper, which is why you had it brought down. But I feel like this should be in the Hunt series. This is something you would take.
I
and
really
use
do
it
too.
for skinning, whatever.
They did put
food.
orange accents on it.
I
I mean,
did.
this
It's
really feels like you would take
mind-boggling.
it. This really feels like you would have it on a campsite,
Yeah, it absolutely
like,
has
and
that feel
not.
to it.
I mean,
So
that
they're-
and that feels very Hunt to me.
Their marketing wank for this was own the experience around the campfire with the Weekender.
I like how his eyes twitch so hard to get that out.
It sucked.
I know.
I read that and I was like,
Oh,
oh
God.
my god, your
Is-
marketing department needs to be reeled in
It
so
is-
hard.
Your eyes rolled so hard, your eyelids couldn't keep up.
I hate bad marketing. It's just there's no
Oh,
excuse.
God.
I don't understand the through and through nail nick though.
I like it. It's a cool design
I-
decision.
Well, you know what? Because now the laser does it instead of the grinder doing it.
So why not?
Oh.
I bet it's easier.
I mean, it makes some sense, you know? You
It's
definitely
easier
get
to
like
get your finger in
easy
there.
purchase on it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's different though,
It's gonna
definitely.
get so gunked up. with
It
stuff.
is. Oh, it is. Yeah, for sure.
I will say it opens easier than the proper. It's like they've refined
But
the
they're
mechanism
very
a little
different
bit.
knives.
I know, but that was their other, slip joint, and I'm just saying that they've refined the mechanism a little bit.
It is a bit smoother. All right, we've got to come up with something to say about this because we're not doing very well right now.
I mean, you can use it to cut up
I
a
like
hot dog.
I like the micarta. I like the orange accents. I like
Open
the
a
ball
wine
bearing
bottle.
detent on that. I don't see the practicality of it.
It's for the weekend warrior.
Well, okay, so I always say when people come in and ask me about Swiss Army knives, I think everybody should own a Swiss Army knife. Whether or
do.
not it's your everyday carry or not, everybody should own one. But I never tell them to buy the one that has no options on it. I was like, like have the little scissors, have the awl, have the screwdriver. I mean, if you want the wine cork, the
You
corkscrew.
need the corkscrew.
I mean, get it. I've never once used one.
I have.
Aside from maybe threatening somebody with self-defense, right? But I'm not like I'll take your fucking eye out. But I'm not opening wine with it. Let's be honest.
Oh man.
But when I say that, that's what I mean. This seems to strip all the things about a Swiss Army knife out that I would want. The stock is thicker. The steel is better. The handles are cooler in my Micarta. It looks better. It's better in every conceivable way except its usefulness.
So, keep in mind that last month when I went to Blade Show, there was a company there featuring their new
Humble brag.
Swiss Army knife,
Yeah.
and it's more expensive than this is.
And it's basically the same thing.
Basically the same thing.
What was the company?
I
Don't throw them under the bus.
don't want to throw under the bus.
That's another video.
I mean,
about it
they
afterwards.
did have the molds for the plastic made in the U.S. Like everything about it is made in the U.S. as far as I know. But I don't know. I like my Micarta better. I don't want a plastic Swiss Army knife. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna upgrade, and I would get this. I mean, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I want more options on this, but I also everyone's doing it.
You know what
It's
this
just
is? This is installing Wi-Fi in your grandpa's house.
I did that.
That's exactly what this is. Like,
It's
I-
useless.
come on,
Netflix-
Grandpa, you've got to get with it. Here is a real knife with real steel, with real construction materials, made in the USA, with modern thinking. Here you go. Give me that turd you have.
I did that.
Here's
They
your
went back.
here's your new Asus router.
I could see this as something like I would have in a pack for sure. I might bring camping or something. It would never be the only knife,
Oh, yeah.
but I also wouldn't have it for $225.
I mean,
Aren't there a couple? There's two options to this knife. This
Yeah, there is another option, isn't there? Was it-
the other one is just different scale material.
yeah, it's a gray G10 or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Just
right.
like-
I- my Micarta is so much
Micarta
fun.
all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Micarta.
Yeah, that too.
I don't know. When I saw this, I was like, oh, bottle opener. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I could just get a bottle opener and machine it a little bit and work on it a little bit, and then it'd be nicer, and it'd still only be $30 at most.
I mean, I
How's
could
that
open a
working?
bottle with most things.
I was
so.
just making sure that the
Wasn't like a can opener.
the geometry it was at, it wasn't gonna
I'm sure
close as you
being
moved.
in Oregon, they tested it quite a bit.
Uh,
Sorry.
you never
That's
know.
fine.
They
Yeah.
just went to the local brew pub and handed it out to all the toe shoeing.
Beers and Benchmade.
Anyway. I don't know, man.
I think we're all underwhelmed.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
underwhelming for
terrible.
sure.
If I
Yeah.
was gifted this, I'd be like, oh my goodness,
Totally, yeah.
that's so nice of you. Thank you.
It would be very thoughtful, and
Maybe that's what they're
execution
trying
of the
to-
design is pretty flawless.
Yes.
I just don't think we all agree with the design philosophy.
And price. I think the price is what's really upsetting me.
Yeah, it's a little.
So,
Well, it's 2 knives. How much is 2 proppers?
This is
Well,
1.5 knives.
Okay. How much is 1.5 proppers?
about the
Really?
same price.
Yeah.
Well, 1.5 proppers would be about $300, give or take.
I think the proper's like 160.
Oh, okay,
And
alright,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
carbon
Is that-
fiber.
oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then you add a can opener. There you are. Boom. Price point.
So, there's a fairly famous quote from the gentleman who invented the first fishing reel game. You know, the stupid thing everyone got.
Fly fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, fly fishing. So, it was brought up to him that the game doesn't actually work,
Yeah.
and he said, "Well, it's not for buying; it's for gifting."
What an
That's
asshole.
a really bold claim right there.
What an
He
asshole.
wasn't wrong. And you know what?
That's what the Billy Big Mouth Bass is for. Here, you take this annoying fucking thing.
You know what this is? This is not for buying for personal use. This is for gifting.
To Grandpa.
This is for Boy Scouts.
Yeah. Like if
There
you
you go.
gave this to someone, they would fucking love it, but they would never buy it themselves.
Yeah. And then they'd put it in a junk drawer for the rest of its conceivable life.
I don't know. You give it to the right person, they'll use the shit out of it. But
And they'll cut their finger, because I definitely did on my
I feel like Benchmade's trying to make the warmer, softer, more approachable knife that you'd feel comfortable giving to someone as a gift, versus some hard use knife, which is what they normally come out with. So I feel like that's what they're trying to do, is corner some sort of gift market.
I stand behind the Grandpa statement 100%.
Yeah.
It's the modern take of the Swiss Army knife.
I mean, every single piece of marketing had a fucking beanie cap in it, and tattoos all over the hands. So
Man, you're
I'm
really
just pointing out.
obsessed with hipsters right now.
Really obsessed with marketing too. Jesus.
The marketing pissed me off because it was marketing to a very small niche of the population who's not going to buy the fucking knife. And it's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you people?
You should call
Dakota's
Benchmade.
editing
Yeah,
this.
call them up. Call them up and let them know. Be like, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but my marketing is much more successful
No, it's
than
not.
your
Nope.
hundreds of millions of dollars a year marketing.
Nope. I'm just saying that this one was not a fucking out of the park.
I do like at least the attempt to put a hilt on it, though.
Yeah.
You could hold it
yeah.
with both blades out and like, bat lift it.
Oh, God.
I mean, yeah, but you got to be real careful about how, like, I wouldn't want to actually grab it because I'm like,
I
you're
want
coming
this detent
over
on that though. Like I like this detent.
That much tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a much more.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that closing on my hand.
Ooh, you sharpen it about this one time, it's gonna close on you.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, this is a much tighter tolerances on this, but I wonder if
they're
they
trying to
did.
make it more approachable.
I think they did. I think they did I think they did the softer opening on purpose.
So REI is gonna have them.
Oh,
REI 's
oh, yeah.
They'll
REI 's
sell the
Mhm.
fuck out
REI's
of
gonna
them.
sell
Probably
the
will.
fuck
They're
out
gonna
of
do
them.
D2
As gifts.
and what scales do they do? Normally green G10.
Like green G10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
green G10.
I would buy that.
With purple.
And Cabela's,
Oh,
Cabela's might have it
so
with the
buy
orange
that.
G10.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god. You buy it, you get a free beer hat from Cabela's.
Dakota,
What?
I wonder why.
dial it back a little bit.
I wonder why they didn't put the can opener here,
Huh.
where there's space for it.
Reasons.
But they're gonna add another tool later.
I was saying maybe they should have put something else there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or somebody done fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's quite short,
Maybe it's
and
a bunch
there's
of,
room-ish there.
bunch
who
of
knows?
deleted features, maybe.
I'm sure somebody, some engineer, or CAD monkey or designer has put a hell of a lot more thought in it than my drunk ass did in the last 5 minutes. So I'm sure they thought of that,
Oh, man.
but just didn't bother. But
I think it's really cool, and I would buy one, but at that price point, I won't.
Guess what
$225?
Dakota's getting for Christmas?
$225.
225 stocking stuffer
You'll
for
get it for
Dakota.
me, and it'll just be Dick Maskus all over it.
No.
Titanium scales.
No, I would not do that because I
These
can't
guys
imagine
would.
how hard this would
Yeah.
be to put back together.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh
geez.
my God, can you imagine? I can't wait to work on these.
When I got the propper for my wife with the brass scales, I did not take it apart and put it back together. He did, and he was just cussing
I've
the whole
done
time.
Enduras. Like, I no, thank you.
Yeah, I know. They're a pain.
Thomas
Oh, yeah,
is like,
Enduras
what are you
on
doing?
these.
I was like,
Juno's really good at Endurance though, because he's done it
Dan?
80 million times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Auto triages.
I don't even want to try.
God, those suck.
I've heard people say that it's like the hardest knife.
APB assist.
Oh God.
No.
yeah.
Is it the serum? The serum is like one of the
Serum
only
is pretty bad.
knives
The
we
ABB
could-
assist is pretty bad
But
too.
I think we got that. The
Yeah.
serum was the only one we could not,
Had to
between the
send
two
back,
of us,
yeah.
could not do.
Are
And I
we
was so upset.
At the point where we can have a second channel we call off-topic rants. Like
Yeah,
every other
those are
YouTube
no,
channel?
no. That's you just edit those out and put them in their own videos, off-topic rants.
Yeah.
I would love to sit here and off-topic rant.
do
I
that.
I remember the first day.
All right, like and subscribe. We're gonna continue. Okay, so.
So